Aloha and welcome to this module on software development environments. I'm not going to lie, this really might be the most important module of this semester for you. And that's because development environments for a software engineer is pretty much equivalent to a knife for a chef, right? The knife is the tool that a chef uses most often, and its sharpness and their dexterity with it is probably the most important determinant out of all their tools of their effectiveness as a chef. And that's the same thing for a software engineer. We're lucky that you can use a very, very good development environment in this class. It's called IntelliJ IDEA. They have a student licensing program, which means you can get access to this tool for free while you're a student. And I think that's really great. Even if you decide to move on to some other IDE afterwards, having experience with IntelliJ IDEA I think is really good to have under your belt. So what's going to happen in this module? I'm just giving you a bunch of readings, most of which are associated with getting up and started with IntelliJ IDEA. I have one screencast here, it's 13 minutes long, and it talks about development environments in general. I think that's good for you to have some basic knowledge of why we have IDEs and why not use just a vanilla text editor for development. The other thing to note that since we concentrate on JavaScript in this class, IntelliJ has a kind of a subset or specialized version of IntelliJ IDEA called WebStorm, which is basically just IntelliJ IDEA with a specific set of plugins that provide, knowledge-aware editing and debugging and so forth for JavaScript. So if you have IntelliJ IDEA, then you can create the WebStorm platform very easily just by selecting the correct types of plugins, and therefore you can look at the WebStorm video tutorials even if you're running IntelliJ IDEA because it's going to work just fine. Got a reading on how to set up IntelliJ IDEA for this class, and then one experience that asks you to install IntelliJ IDEA and use it, and we go through some various things. One of the important things is that you really want to be able to have your IDE come up quickly. If it takes 30 seconds for IntelliJ IDEA to come up, then you're going to start to be tempted to use some more vanilla editor for tasks because you don't really want to wait around. Okay, so if you're using a modern laptop in the last couple of years, there should be no problem getting IntelliJ IDEA to come up quickly enough that you will use it. Now, some of you may be experienced with other IDEs like Eclipse or Emacs or Atom or whatever. I want you to suspend disbelief for this semester and get good with IntelliJ IDEA. Okay? Even if at the end of the semester you decide you want to go back to whatever you were using before, that's okay, but your experience with that other IDE will be enhanced by having learned about IntelliJ IDEA. Okay? So don't kind of go behind my back and use your other favorite editor at home, okay, for this class, and then somehow when you're in class bring up IntelliJ IDEA. It's not going to work. It's not going to be an effective learning experience. Even though I understand that at first you're going to feel less effective with IntelliJ IDEA because you don't know it as well, the key bindings are going to be weird, the screen layout is going to be weird, you won't know where to find things, you're going to think to yourself, geez, if I could only use my favorite editor, insert here, boy, I'd be able to get done with this so much more quickly. Don't think that way. Think of this experience of using IntelliJ IDEA as part of the learning experience of this class, broadening the tools that you have understanding of and access to. Okay, think of it that way, as a learning experience. I know it's stressful when you're just trying to get your project done to be also simultaneously hassling with the editor because you don't understand it that well. And I'm hoping that through the activities in this module and then the next few modules, you'll get through that process as quickly as possible. Okay, so bear with this. I'm positive that by the end of the semester you'll be happy that you got comfortable with IntelliJ IDEA. See you soon.